it's not easy to go against the Road Warriors because...
Hello, everybody. I'm Don Koss, your host for Big Time Wrestling. Well, we've certainly saved the best for Big Time Wrestling. Today's main event, Rocky Johnson gets his shot, gets his wish at Rip Oliver. It's going to be a grudge match. Oh, it'll be more than that. It'll be a war. Rocky Johnson and Rip Oliver in the main event. We've got news, we've got interviews, and, of course, all the action. Right after this, don't go away. Here we go. Big Time Wrestling. Don Owen will be making the announcement of our first match today. Glad to have you along.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 240 pounds from Canada, Tarzan White. His opponent in this corner, 255 pounds from Minnesota, one of the most powerful young wrestlers in the nation, Scott Doring.
Well, he's right about that. Scott Doring's power is just about unequaled. Man is something else. Scott Doring and Tarzan White, referee, National Wrestling Alliance referee, Sandy Barr. Scott Doring, a few weeks ago, I don't know, did I tell you this story? Well, anyway, it's interesting. No matter how many times you tell it. A few weeks ago, deadlifting in the gym, and the only reason I know this, a friend of mine was in there watching him, and he was warming up with 800 pounds. Hey, warming up. And he'd deadlift it, bring it up to his chest, and then pump it 2 or 3, 4 times and put it back down. When he got up to 1,200 pounds, they ran out of time in the gym. And with that 1,200 pounds on that bar, the bar was being bowed in the middle because of the weight on either side. And Scott Doring deadlifted that 1,200 pounds up to his chest and then pumped it a couple of times and put it down. And then they ran out of time. I don't know how far he could have gone. The man's extremely powerful. Tarzan White, veteran, professional wrestler. Scott Doring, still considered a rookie. Tarzan White, though, can get real mean real quick. He's always wearing his wrestling face. Both men lock up. Yeah, boy, they mean business out there in that squared circle. Against the ropes goes Scott Doring, and he just took an elbow from Tarzan White. But that's typical Tarzan White style. Catch him when you can, and whatever way you can. Big news, ladies and gentlemen. As of right now, we have new Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. It happened in Madras, Oregon a couple of weeks ago. The new champions. Oh, a good slap across the face by Scott Doring on Tarzan White. The new tag team champions are Mike Miller and Abudadein. They wrestled the belts away from Brady, Boone, and Coco Samoa. Actually, they wrestled the belt away. We still have a missing belt. We still have a missing Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship belt. Well, nobody seems to know where it is. Back body drop by Scott Doring on Tarzan White. Tarzan White just bounced and then crawled out of the ring. So wait a minute, I've had enough of this. I need a timeout. He's going to yell at the crowd down that ringside a little bit. So new champions and missing belt controversy. Tarzan White getting back into the ring. Main event. Boy, oh boy. Is this ever going to be a grudge match? Rocky Johnson and Rip Oliver. The things that Rip Oliver was saying about Rocky Johnson last week. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they might have met in a parking lot or a back alley or in the dressing room. But Rocky Johnson has asked for this match. Don Owen granted it, and you're going to see it on Big Time Wrestling today. Rocky Johnson, Rip Oliver. Top wrist lock by Tarzan White is going nowhere as Scott Doring using that tremendous power, but then again, Tarzan White has a few tricks up his sleeve. Well, he doesn't have a sleeve. Up his arm, I guess. And one of them is grabbing the hair, and he did, and down went Doring, and well, we're back where we started from. Another top wrist lock by Tarzan White on Scott Doring. Now, we've seen this happen before where Doring just uses his tremendous power and will sometimes just shove his opponent halfway across the ring with one arm when that one arm is being put into a top wrist lock. But Doring again just using his power to force his way out of that hold of Tarzan White, and down goes White. Now, there was no way that Tarzan White could use the hair that time because Sandy Barr very cleverly was following the action from the backside, so Tarzan White could not grab the hair. Tarzan White responding to the crowd at ringside once again. Both men lock up, side headlock by Tarzan White. A hard pop right on the forehead. Scott Doring goes down to one knee. That's instant headache time, I would imagine. Tarzan White looks like he may be trying to choke with that right hand. Scott Doring again goes down to the knee, and Tarzan staying right on him. Tarzan White, whip into the ropes. Oh, and Scott Doring was just nailed by a Tarzan White elbow coming off those ropes, and Scott Doring now is in trouble. A couple of forearm smashes across the back of the neck. Tarzan White with another shot. Into the ropes goes Doring. And oh, he misses with an elbow that time. And he just got clotheslined by Scott Doring as Doring came off the other side of the ropes. And that took Tarzan White down. And there's a body slam by Scott Doring on Tarzan White. And here comes a whip into the ropes again. Oh, and Tarzan White just ran into a building. Leg drop across the chest. Scott Doring going for the pin. 1-2, and Tarzan White kicks out. Tarzan coming back with another right hand, an elbow, the back of the neck of Scott Doring. And Doring felt every one of those. Tarzan White, a front shin lock. Sandy Barr making sure that doesn't develop into a chokehold under there. When big time wrestling comes to your area, and boy, it's all over the Northwest, take the whole family out and enjoy professional wrestling in person. Make sure it's Don Owen Promotions. Make sure it's big time wrestling so you know you're going to get much more than your money's worth. All right? Big time wrestling, the finest action wrestlers in the world of professional wrestling, bar none. East Coast, Central, Midwest, South, wherever you want to go in the United States and around the world, it doesn't get any better than big-time wrestling. This is our first match today. Our main event, Rocky Johnson, Rip Oliver. And that's the kind of a match that will start in the middle of the ring and may end up outside on the concrete floor, might end up in the seats, might end up outside the building. We've seen that a couple of times in the past. Scott Doring circling, moving in. Both men lock up, and now it's Doring against that turnbuckle. Tarzan White drives a knee into the midsection. Tarzan White with an arm bar and throws Scott Doring into the turnbuckle. Tarzan White kicking, driving those feet into the midsection of Scott Doring. And as big and as strong as Doring is, boy, he feels that. Into the rope, the turnbuckle goes Tarzan White. Tarzan tried to go for a victory roll, And all he got was a back body drop out of it. And Scott Doring with a couple of right hands. Here comes Tarzan right at you, into the ropes. Oh, a hard smash right into the chest by Scott Doring. He kind of clotheslined Tarzan White's chest. Crowd says, yeah, go to it. Oh, ear burner. And Tarzan White right now has got to be seeing birdies. Into the turnbuckle. There's a kick, another kick from Scott Doring. That last one took Tarzan right up. There's a heel clear across the ring. And Scott Doring moving in, going for the win. Into the ropes goes Tarzan White. Power body slam. This one's all wrapped up. 1, 2, 3. I've never seen anybody recover from a Scott Doring power body slam coming off those ropes, and he set him up perfectly. Our first match goes to Scott Doring over Tarzan White. We'll be back with a special interview and more action after this commercial timeout. Introducing from your left to right, Tama, Samoa, Nick Kiniski, and Stoney Burke.
Excitement, Don Cost. What other word could describe what's going on in the Pacific Northwest right now? The Clan, stronger than ever. Rip Oliver has got the heavyweight belt, and Abudadein and Mike Miller have taken the tag team belts. But believe me, we're working hard. We're going to get them back. We got Coco, probably the most experienced, strong, everything going for him. Scott Doring, got to be the strongest guy in wrestling. Brady Boone, one of the most agile. Nick Kiniski standing here. Great amateur background. He knows more moves than a normal wrestler has forgotten, or he's forgotten more moves than a normal wrestler knows.
Something like that, yeah. He knows a lot of moves.
That's right. So, it's happening. The people got to come out, support us. Fireworks, everything. We can do it.
Absolutely right, Stoney, and you're certainly right about the excitement and controversy going on in the Northwest right now, Nick. Missing belts and everything.
Well, hi, first of all, how you doing there? I'd just like to say hi.
Good.
Hi to all my fellow fans out there, and I'd just like to mention that the 13th will be in Pendleton and the 14th will be in Yakima. Please come out and support us. Things have been really happening in the Northwest, and I wish Brady, Boone, and Coco Samoa the best of luck, and I have a feeling they'll get those belts back. I'd like to introduce this young man here. I think he's just a tremendous wrestler. He's coming along great, and that's Tama Samoa.
Tama, glad to have you in an interview. It's the first chance that we've had to talk to you, and certainly welcome to the Northwest, and you are a very exciting professional wrestler.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Don Owens for the opportunity that he gave me here in the Northwest to prove myself. And I'd like to also say hi to all the fans out there for the support. Thanks for supporting us, and we need all the support we can. And I'd like to thank Barry, too, for the opportunity that he's gave me here in the Northwest. And I'm proving myself to make a better wrestler for myself and for everybody else.
Well, you've certainly made yourself known throughout the Northwest, especially with people like Tarzan White, people like Mike Miller, and I know that you want your shot at the Clan, too.
Yes, I like to have a shot with the Clan, too, and I hope they're working hard because I'm working hard, too, to be there. And I'm going to meet them someday in the ring and I'm ready for them.
Okay. The three of you would make a pretty good three-man tag team.
Yes, that would be very exciting. So like I say, Tama's doing really good. Stoney, Burke, we're all improving. I'm learning day by day and I'm improving, and my training's going good. And so I want to get and roll some heads with that Clan.
Okay, Stoney.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nick Kiniski.
Thank you very much.
Tama Samoa. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Don. Excitement.
Excitement in the air. You better believe it. There are three very, very fine gentlemen outside the ring. Inside the ring, they're all business, and they're all very exciting professional wrestlers to watch. And he's right. When big-time wrestling comes to your area, be sure and take it and support these men. Boy, I tell you, they work their hearts out for you, and that is a tough life. Believe me, these guys are going at it sometimes 6 and 7 nights a week throughout the entire Northwest. And we're talking about from Seattle to sometimes they'll go over to Spokane, and they're down into Medford and Grants Pass. Boy, they mean business. No matter what city they're in, they mean business with whatever opponent they may be against. And the Clan, of course, wreaking havoc throughout the Northwest. We've got the missing belt. Hopefully Don Owen will make some kind of an announcement. He'll have to reach some kind of decision if that missing belt is not found or replaced. That's the missing Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship belt. And, of course, as you've heard by now, the Tag Team Championship has changed hands. It's no longer Brady, Boone, and Coca Samoa. Now it's Mike Miller and Abudadein. The crowd telling us that we're about to have more action in the ring as our second match will be getting underway. Sandy Barr in there. There's Rip Oliver. Oh, my word. They're going to have the main event already. Of course, there's no telling how long this is going to last. This may be only a one-fall match. To a TV time limit, of course. Don Owen will make the announcement and explain everything to us. Don Owen, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brady Boone will be meeting the Arab as a concluding bout of the night, right after this one. The next event will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 244 pounds from Florida, Rip Oliver. He is the Northwest Heavyweight Champion. His opponent in this corner, 250 pounds from New York, Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson, really a no-nonsense man, and certainly no-nonsense professional wrestler. Why, he just shoved Sandy Barr into Rip Oliver. Look at it, he's gonna try it again. This is more, as we said before, than a main event. It's more than just two men wrestling professionally. This is really a bout of vengeance, a grudge match. There's Rocky Johnson going into his boxing stance. Actually, his boxing move, he floats like a butterfly and stings like a tank. Rocky Johnson, of course, a very fine boxing background. And Rocky's been in a number of sports, amateur and professional. And, of course, he certainly made a name for himself worldwide in professional wrestling. And now he's in there with the man. This is the match that he asked for. He wanted Rip Oliver. 2 weeks ago, he came into the Northwest, flew in here from Hawaii with only one thing in mind, and that was the Klan. Don Owen asked him to come in here to see what he could do about the Klan, and now he's got the leader of the Klan. Both men wrap up a side head right, a pop right on the forehead by Rocky Johnson on Rip Oliver, and Oliver goes down to one knee, and we are underway. Every bout on big-time wrestling is really a main event. Referee Sandy Barr certainly had his share of shoving around in there so far. Rocky Johnson was shoving him into Rip Oliver. Rip Oliver just shoved him into Rocky. Look at the look on Rip Oliver's face. He would like nothing more than to have Rocky Johnson carried out on his own carry-out stretcher, his carry-out service stretcher. And where did he go? Boy, we've seen this happen the past couple of weeks. They'll get a side headlock on Rocky Johnson, and he just slips out just like that. Makes it look so easy. There's not any grease or oil or anything on his head and his hair. Now watch this again. That's just style, ladies and gentlemen. That's class. That is know-how. That is a sign of experience and a veteran, and certainly Rocky Johnson is exactly that. Look at him bounce around. I think he could still go 10 or 15 rounds with any heavyweight. Oh, a hard pop on the forehead again by Johnson. And so far, Rip Oliver has suffered a couple of hard shots in the forehead, probably a little bit of embarrassment and a whole lot of frustration. The hands of Rocky Johnson, and the test of strength did not last very long. And it looks like Rip Oliver has turned it around, and now we do a little boogaloo from Rocky Johnson, a step over. Oh, my word. Well, you just got to watch it. Oh! just stomps on the elbow. And I don't have to tell you what that does to an elbow and a wrist and a hand, because it just got done to Rip Oliver. This crowd has really come alive. Good crowd here in the arena today. And they are really lively right now. They're behind Rocky Johnson 110%. Go around. And that'll force a break. That'll force a break. And a clean break by Rocky Johnson. Both men just kind of stalking each other. Oh, a slap. A left-handed slap across the face by Rocky Johnson. Another slap on Rip Oliver. Another one. 3 slaps in the face, and now it's Johnson against the ropes. Oh, a rake across the face. Forearm smashes across the back by Rip Oliver. Going for a flying mare, and he's got him. And just drives a knee into the back. Rip Oliver for the first time in this bout getting something going. He's getting Johnson hurting a little bit. Now the crowd starting their chant of Rocky. Boy, it sounds like one of Sylvester Stallone's movies out there. Rocky being echoed throughout this entire arena. Rip Oliver yells, "Give it up." He yells it again. But you know that Rocky Johnson is not about to give anything up. Sandy Barr keeping a close eye on the action. As Stoney and Nick and Tama were mentioning, Pendleton, Sunday, July the 13th, 8 p.m. Yakima, Monday, July 14th, 8 p.m. Look at Rocky Johnson. Shoulder tackle. Down goes Oliver. Over goes Johnson. And it's Johnson with a hip toss on Rip Oliver. Johnson with an arm drag. Kneeling arm bar. Rocky Johnson coming back in command of Rip Oliver. Rip Oliver last week said had some very personal remarks directed towards Rocky Johnson. Well, Rocky is out to even a whole lot of scores here. And Don Owen has given him his chance today on Big Time Wrestling. This is our second bout. Our next bout, which will turn out to be the scheduled main event, will be Brady, it's going to be Brady Boone, is it? Yeah, Brady Boone and Abudadein. Boy, that's going to be a dandy right there. Especially since those tag team belts have new owners. It's going to be the previous owner meeting the current owner. And Brady Boone, believe me, has got a score to settle with Abudadein. Rocky Johnson being very, very cautious, very wary of Rip Oliver. And Oliver, thumb. He used a thumb right into the ribcage, and now it's Oliver. There's a gouge in the eyes. Oliver fighting his fight now. Forearm smash across the back of the neck. But it was that thumb that started it. He drove the thumb right into the ribcage. Now he's choking Rocky Johnson. Breaks on the count of 4. Rip Oliver, a hard smash right into the midsection. Another kick into the midsection. Rip Oliver going up to the second rope now. Coming down, driving the knee into the back of Rocky Johnson. Oliver with another knee. Johnson definitely hurting right now. There's a kick right into the rib cage. But it all started with that thumb. It all started with the thumb of Rip Oliver as he drove it into the rib cage of Rocky Johnson. Oliver again breaks on the count of 4 as Oliver doing anything he can to hurt Rocky Johnson right now. He's choking him. I don't think if Rocky had his foot outside that bottom rope, if he had left it there, they could have at least gotten a break out of it. There goes Johnson into the ropes, and Rip Oliver misses. Here comes Rocky Johnson. Drop kick, that caught Oliver right on the chops. Johnson with jab, 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 and smash, and down goes Oliver, and out goes Oliver. Boy, did Rocky Johnson come to life. I think Rocky Johnson was just kind of suckering Rip Oliver into that, kind of lulling him to sleep, and then he just came out of the bushes and exploded, and Rip Oliver has just been disqualified. He was choking Rocky Johnson over that top rope, just going crazy. Referee Sandy Barr has just disqualified Rip Oliver, and that is it. This was only a one-fall match here. Rocky Johnson is the winner by disqualification. We'll be back. Interview and then main event after this. Always the center of controversy, Abudadein and Mike Miller.
But you forgot one thing, Don Cox. You forgot to announce the new Pacific Coast Tag Team Champions. The people in Washington, I don't know if they know it, but right now, the holders of the Pacific Coast Tag Team Champions, me and Mike Miller and Abudadein. We told Brady, Boone, we told Coco Samoa time and time again before. They kept on saying, prove yourself here. We proved it. And we took them belts. Your shoulders was pinned, Coco Samoa, 1, 2, 3. And they handed the belts right over to us, and we walked out of that arena with the belts around our waist and our hands in the air. Now, the people in Pendleton on the 13th, you look out, because we might have our belts right on the line there. It don't make any difference if it's tomorrow, the next day, or whenever. On the 14th in Yakima, we might have the belts on then. But let me tell you, wherever it's at, Tri-City area in Seattle, Tacoma, anywhere, you're going to see the Klan, and you're going to see the gold strapped around our waist. Not some jabroni that comes out of town, that comes in the Pacific Northwest trying to make a name for herself, because she's not going to do it. Because you're going to have to go over some mighty big men when you come in the Pacific Northwest here. The back streets of professional wrestling, this is where it starts, this is where it ends, baby. If you ain't got enough guts to stay in here, you better get out. Coco Samoa, Brady, Boone, Rocky Johnson, all you boys back there, Scott, Doring, Stoney, Burke, don't be sticking your nose in where it don't belong, boys, because if it does, you're going to get it knocked right off. Rip Oliver's proven that before. He proved it to Bobby Jaggers. He knocked his nose right off his face. So when you mess around with the Klan, baby, you mess around with dynamite with a short fuse. Look at this belt, Don Cox. Tell me, ain't that the prettiest thing you ever seen?
The revelations of the holy man, myself, the Abudadein, have come to bear fruit once again. As always, the belts are with the Klan. All the championships are with the Klan. The holy trilogy is now complete because the Klan rules strong like it always has throughout the entire Pacific Northwest. And all you people out there can pay homage to your new champions. You can pay homage to Rip Oliver, to the mean man Mike Miller, and to the holy man Abudadein. Because you see, now that we hold the power, our family is in control. The strap of gold is here. Coco Samoa and Brady Boone, they lost their championship. They lost all their fans, and now they've even lost their identity because they have nothing left. When we're in Pendleton, we'll smash them like we always do. Yakima, all the inbred Indians will be down there, and we'll give them an eyeful that night. Tell them, mean man.
Spokane, you know it. Seattle, you know it. Findlay, you know it. Pendleton, Yakima, all of you know it. The Klan rules, baby.
Mike Miller, Abudadein, the new Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. And it happened a couple of weeks ago in Madras, but we still only have one belt. And where is the other belt? Well, maybe we'll find out in the days or weeks to come. To the ring right now. We get ready for our main event. There's part of it right there. Just jumped in. Brady Boone. Brady Boone going to get his chance at a little revenge against Abudadein, because it was only a little over a week ago. Here's Don Owen.
The next event will be one fall to our TV time limit. Introducing in this corner, 238 pounds from the Near East, the Arab. His opponent in this corner, 225 pounds from Seattle, Brady Boone.
It was just over a week ago that the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship belts were around the waists of Brady Boone and Coco Samoa, but no more. Now the crowd starting their USA chant, USA. As Abudadein, I think, is calling for the microphone. He is. He's calling for the PA mic. Yeah, let's see what he has to say.
All you people out there tonight, stand up. Pay homage to your new champion.
Well, that didn't go over all that great. Abudadein parading around there with his flag. He'll wrap it up. As Brady Boone paces back and forth like a panther, he's ready to get going here. Brady Boone has asked for this particular match. He wanted Abudadein. He wanted either Dean or Miller. Now, I don't know exactly what happened in Madras. I don't know exactly what happened in the exchanging of the titles. Uh-oh, look at that. Look at that. Brady Boone just knocked those glasses off of Abudadein. He just smashed them to smithereens. Those dark glasses of Abudadein's are history now. Boy, you might say he made a spectacle of himself there. Man, oh man, he just ripped those glasses off and stomped all over him. And now Abudadein is outside there yelling around, complaining. Well, you just got to get ready quicker. Oh, Abudadein going to get back in the ring. I don't know exactly what happened down there in Madras, but the word is, from the fans anyway, that in that match between Brady Boone and Coco Samoa and Abudadein and Mike Miller, that there was interference by Rip Oliver. Now, I'm not saying that there was. I'm just saying that was the report from the fans in Madras. But whatever the case, we have new champions. And now Brady Boone and Abudadein going at it. Oh, Boone just landed a hard right hand, and Abudadein crawls outside. Oh, boy, did Brady Boone uncork a corker of a smash upside the head of Abudadein. My goodness. So what did I tell you? What did I tell you about this Brady Boone? Boy, he is ready. And he wants Abudadein in the worst way. The worser, the better. There we go again. Both men going at it. There go a reversal whip into the ropes. Goes Abudadein, and a shoulder tackle by Abuda. Down goes Brady Boone, and a leapfrog by Boone. My word, he went up on the ceiling for that one. No, a drop kick by Brady Boone. Another drop kick by Boone. And Abudadein is getting out of there. He took one of those drop kicks right on the beard. Boy, did that ever nail him. Brady Boone, you talk about an action wrestler. You talk about one of the most exciting wrestlers in professional wrestling today, and you got to be talking about Brady Boone. And he just demonstrated that right there in the body of Abudadein. This is the best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. The TV time limit is now down to 10 minutes. This is our first fall of our main event. And I have a feeling that Brady Boone is in there fighting for more than just himself. He's fighting for his partner, Coco Samoa, too. And the belts that they once had. Oh, Abudadein reaches over, grabs the hair, nip up by Brady Boone. Abudadein still working on that arm bar in the left arm of Brady Boone. Oh, man, really applying the pressure and twisting and grinding on Brady. And he grabs the hair again. Down goes Brady. A nip up by Brady Boone. Cartwheel by Brady. Oh, an exchange of arm bars there. Now Brady Boone. Another shot into the armpit. Down goes Abudadein, and Brady Boone bringing those knees down hard on the shoulder. Now a kneeling arm bar on Abudadein. And now looks like Abudadein reaching up, trying to grab the trunks, but that's not too smart because referee Sandy Barr is standing right there. Head scissors by Brady Boone. As Abudadein tries to figure a way out of that. All right, you folks in the Pendleton and in the Yakima area. Pendleton, we're coming your way on Sunday, July 13th, 8 p.m., Pendleton Armory. Big wild grudge match. Well, they're going to tear down the place that day. At night, starting at 8 o'clock. You can get your tickets for that match at the Club Cigar Store in Pendleton. And then on Monday, July the 14th, in Yakima, starting at 8 o'clock at the J.M. Perry Tech. And I guess they've got a wild card schedule there, too. So Pendleton on the 13th, Yakima on the 14th. Side headlock and takedown by Abudadein. Promoter Don Owens talking about bringing in Jimmy Superfly Snuka in July. Snuka, I guess, is asked to come into the Northwest. Now, I don't know if he's going to join Rocky Johnson in trying to do something with the Clan. But he has asked to come into the Northwest in July. Snuka, of course, you know, his wrestling legend now. A superstar pro wrestler from renowned around the world. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Well, we'll have more news on that. And as we do, we'll pass it on to you. Brady Boone explaining to referee Sandy Barr exactly what he did there. Nothing illegal, just painful. You folks watching us on KTZZ Channel 22 in Seattle, certainly glad to have you along. Again, we ask you to drop a little line, a card or letter to KTZZ Channel 22. Let them know you watch Big Time Wrestling. Every Saturday, 11 to noon, Channel 22. And you folks over in Spokane, boy, you are getting the reputation of becoming the hotbed for professional wrestling in the Northwest over there in Spokane. The folks at Cox Cable Company making it possible for the Spokane area to watch Big Time Wrestling every Tuesday and Thursday nights, and we certainly appreciate that. Our gratitude to Cox Cable for that. Abudadein trying to get that, he has an Indian sleeper hold that he's, oh, what a move by Brady Boone to break whatever kind of a hold Abudadein was trying to get on him. Abudadein complaining to referee Sandy Barr that Brady Boone grabbed the hair. Referee asked Brady if he grabbed the hair. Brady, you know, is going to be saying, no, I certainly didn't grab the hair. Oh, just lops across Abudadein. 1-2, and Abudadein kicks out. And Abudadein now telling Sandy Barr that, no, I used the palm of the hand. I did not use fists or fingers or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. I'm a member of the Clan. And there's another shot right into the throat by Abudadein. We could not tell from here whether those were fingers or... Oh! A drop kick by Brady Boone puts Abudadein down, and a knee lift puts him down again. Brady Boone trying to get this first fall of our main event into the turnbuckle, and now a whip into the other turnbuckle, and here comes Brady with a monkey flip, and there goes the monkey. Oh! Boy, what a shot that was by Brady Boone. Brady going for the pin. 1, 2, and Abudadein rolls over. Abudadein against the ropes and into the ropes, and he hung on to the ropes and just brought a boot right up into the chest, throat, or chin of Brady Boone. Abudadein did. Boy, time is really flying away here. We haven't even got our first fall, and yet there's only 4 minutes left in our main event. Best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. Suplex by Abudadein on Brady. Abuda going for the pin. 1, 2, and I was using the ropes too for a little leverage, but even that didn't work. Abudadein and Brady Boone battling it out in our main event today on Big Time Wrestling. Abudadein yelling to Sandy Barr, ask him if he gives up. And you can bet that Brady Boone is not about to give up. And Brady looks close enough to those ropes to where if he wanted to break that, he could reach over and grab them. But that also might be an optical illusion. He might be farther away from the ropes than it looks. Now the crowd getting behind Brady Boone. They're starting their USA chant. And that is a distraction to Abudadein every time. And looks like some folks brought some flags into the arena today, too. Now the crowd really getting behind the USA chants. Abudadein. Leg trip and takedown. Well, these guys really going at it. We're still into our first fall. Abudadein is trying to apply that Indian sleeper hold of his, and he looks like he's got it pretty well. I don't think he's got it quite locked in on Brady Boone yet. We've seen that work very effectively. It's a very dangerous hold. Now he brings the knee into the midsection. And a left-handed smash right into the face of Brady Boone. And a knee into the back by Abudadein. And now here comes Abuda with another boot into the face. And Brady Boone with a headbutt. Takedown, rollover. He's got him locked in. 1, 2, but he gets his right shoulder up. Abudadein did to avoid the pin. There goes Brady into the ropes. And a left-handed shot misses. A victory roll. Abudadein fighting for the ropes. And is he going to make it? He made it. But Brady Boone brought him back. Locked him in. 1, 2, and kicks out. We're down to 60 seconds to go in our main event. And we're still into the first fall. This is really, these guys are really, this may be our first fall right here. Abudadein falling across Brady Boone for the pin. 1, 2. Brady Boone powers out. 30 seconds. It looks like these two men may battle to a draw in our main event. In the first fall, this very rarely happens. Boy, these guys have been going at it over 10 minutes. Now, Abudadein trying to do anything he can to at least get a fall out of this, and he's not going to make it. We have run out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, our main event has ended in a draw between Brady Boone and Abudadein. Neither one of them too happy about that. That's and Abudadein with a little extracurricular activity. Brady Boone. Brady whips Abudadein into the ropes and a drop kick. And down he goes. Sandy Barr trying to separate the two men. And finally Abudadein leaves. We'll be back with a special interview after this timeout. Brady and Coco.
I'm going to make it short. Brother, on the 13th, we're going to be over there in Pennington. And I want to tell you something with Oliver. We lose our power because of you, brother. You put your nose something it's not supposed to put. Then I want to tell you something with Oliver. We lose money. We lose our time. We lose our power because you, brother. Then believe me, in Pennington on the 13th, Yakima on the 14th, brother. I can't wait. I'm hungry for you. For the power we have, you took it away from us. Believe me, brother, you better start running because we come after you. You like it or not. I'm glad I signed the paper. I signed the contract. Believe me, I'm hungry, brother. The power we took it, you took away from us for nothing. Me and my partner over here, Brady, I know you feel the same way, brother. Then believe me, it costs the blood to get our power back, brother. One of you guys gonna pay. You like it or not, you're gonna pay, brother. Believe me, you better start running. I don't care where or when.
Brady, I know you're out of breath and we're out of time.
There's not much I can say except if you've ever seen a pit bull fight, those dogs go in the center of the circle and only one comes out. Well, in this case, there's two going to come out. That's going to be Coco and myself. The belts are ours. We deserve them. We've upheld them. You took them on a sour note, cheating. That's going to happen again. And Oliver, look out, because Coco's mad.
You bet he is. Brady Boone and Coco Samoa. We'll be right back after these words. This is Don Koss. Thank you so much for joining us today on Big Time Wrestling, the very best in the Northwest. See you next Saturday.
Join us tomorrow at noon for TV 22's Great American Film Classics double feature. First, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton star in The Comedians. At 2:30, Burton stars with Olivia de Havilland